then probably the biggest movie of the week, the biggest review here, is 28 Years Later. A movie me and you have been very, very, very excited for. It was literally one of your most anticipated when we did our draft back in January. Um, Landon has not been able to go see it yet, but I was able to see it, I think last Thursday or Friday. Um, and obviously, like the trailer, one of the best trailers. I still think like one of the best trailers I might have ever seen. Like,
That and weapons are still like
yeah,
top tier right now.
and like the first trailer for Sinners.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
I feel like we're getting a lot of good like horror movie trailers
Yep.
this year, but um, yeah. So the trailer was sick, like so cool, genuinely scary. We were both like instantly amped for it. That like enough to where it's what's one of your most anticipated on the whole year. Um, I was very, very excited as well. And then, like, obviously, the last couple weeks with the premiere and first reviews coming out, people were saying just absolutely elite movie of the year. I think it still has like a 95 critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. I could be wrong. Um, was getting fantastic, fantastic reviews. People saying it's like the best zombie movie ever, best movie of the year, best movie of the last several years. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think expectations were through the roof based off everything, the trailers and the reviews and everything. Um, and to just jump right into it and say my thoughts, I was underwhelmed by this movie. I'm one of the very few, if not one of the only people that I've seen that was a little bit lower on it than like reviews. I did talk to Tyler Nubbs, saw it as well, and he actually did feel kind of the same way as me. And I'll get into my some of my cons and stuff, and I my pros as well, and I won't spoil it because I know you're going to see it soon. But yeah, I mean, I was amped for this movie. Love a good zombie movie. The first one with Cillian Murphy is like one of the best zombie movies ever. Um, very, very excited for this one. I went into it with high hopes, and I just walked out feeling like wanting a little bit more. I don't really know where to begin. I'll start with some cons first, then I'll end it on like some high notes. So the whole movie shot on iPhone, right? Shot on the iPhone 15.
Yep.
I feel like I can tell. I can tell this movie is shot on an iPhone. If you remember, you've seen 28 Days, right? If
Oh
you
yeah.
remember that movie is on like a super low budget and it's almost
Yep.
like grainy looking the whole
Yep.
movie.
Hmm.
It's just like the style of the movie. So I feel like they were almost kind of trying to go with that vibe again, like kind of a grainy, different, not as smooth digital camera way of doing it, which cool, I guess. But I can like almost the entire most of the whole movie, I can tell this movie's shot on an iPhone. It just doesn't have the quality of like Sinners or I don't know, even other horror movies we've seen this year, The Gorge, Warfare. I mean, it's just I don't know. I could just tell it's shot on an iPhone, and it was like almost jarring at points. Some of the action sequences are just very choppy and shaky, and I understand what they're going for. They're trying to like immerse you in it, which some of it definitely did work. But I also think like I know what you're going for. Just shoot it on a good high quality camera. If it looked clear and looked better, I would have probably at least bumped it like up a half star more. But some of like the choices there were just kind of odd to me. Um, this is a massive, the first one's massive. This is a very highly anticipated sequel. I don't know why you film it on an iPhone. So there's that. And then also the story was just it was just kind of boring. It was. A lot of the zombie stuff was sick. Okay. The zombies look great. They are terrifying. They are gruesome. The big bad zombies, they call them alphas. They're literally like ripping people's heads off and their spines. It's crazy. So some of the zombie stuff is great, but outside of a lot of the zombie sequences, I think the story is really freaking boring. So it's this kid. His name is what's his name? Spike. Um, and his parents are Aaron Taylor Johnson and Jodie Comer. Um, Also, let me give this kid props. His name is Alfie Williams. I don't know if I've ever seen him in anything before.
His first major role.
Unreal. unreal, like up there with the kid from Adolescence.
Damn, dude, we're getting a bunch of them this year.
Yeah, no, like really good. He was like 100% the best performance in the
Come
movie.
on.
Ray Fiennes was also pretty good. And I'll get to that, but yeah, I mean, outside of some cool zombie stuff and a couple really solid performances, I was just kind of bored, dude. I, I don't, I don't think it was like particularly scary. There are some very intense moments. And there's one scene in particular that is one of my favorite sequences of the year, but I just feel like the story was very bland and almost kind of pointless. Um, Also, as we both know, this is like the start of a new trilogy they're doing. So it is very clearly kind of set up for the next movie and the next movie, which I understand. You're trying to reintroduce people back into this world, introduce some new characters, and then like kind of show you the direction like they're wanting to go. That's great and all. But I just was kind of bored. I honestly like halfway through the movie, I checked my phone. I was like, God, I still have another hour. Like I genuinely got a little bored, which sucks. Like I heard it, it pains me to say that, but like Oppenheimer's a 3 hour movie about nothing but talking. Like, and I was locked in the whole time. This is like an action horror zombie movie, and I was getting bored with it. And that just shouldn't be the case. Um, but outside of some of the cons. Some really, really good stuff as well. Alfie Williams, one of the best performances of the whole year. I could see this kid getting nominated, potentially for like an Oscar or something. I don't know. Very, very good. Aaron Taylor Johnson, whatever. Jodie Comer was whatever. Ray Fiennes, really solid. His character was very intriguing. He was not in the movie much, um, but when he is in the movie, he steals the scene. He steals the camera. Um, I think everything with Ray Fiennes' character was very, very cool. Um, and yeah, I mean, really the only two interesting characters were him and the kid, Spike, Alfie Williams. But Ray Fiennes was great. The zombies looked very creepy, just as creepy as they do in the trailer. Like there's some really, really wild like infrared shots, that are like genuinely like kind of scary. Uh, and it's a pretty haunting score. So like the whole movie is just very like dreadful and like you feel like something is constantly around the corner. Just very like on the edge of your seat. Not necessarily like jump scare scary, just like something's coming at any given moment. Um, yeah, there are, despite the fact I kind of like talked negatively on it being shot on an iPhone, there are some unreal shots in this movie. Some of the more you'll just when you see it, you'll know what I mean. There are like during some of the action sequences, it's just kind of jarring, but when you got these more like dramatic, not as intense scenes, the cinematography, it looks really, really good. There's a couple beautiful, beautiful shots in this, but yeah, dude, just really mixed feelings. Some of it was incredible, and then some of it was just disappointing and a little boring. I think it was mainly just story. I think they could have made the story a little bit more intriguing. There was nothing wrong with the zombies. Um, like I said, some of the cinematography was really cool. There are a couple really cool shots. You've seen the pictures of like that like thing that they had where it was like a bunch of iPhones kind of in a loop around the zombies. When you see those scenes in the movie, you'll understand like exactly what they were doing with it. Very cool, unique scenes, like ways of shooting like a zombie or zombie death, like unlike anything I've ever seen. Very, very cool, but there wasn't enough of it. Like you had only got a couple, like maybe three or four deaths like that in the
Mhm.
movie. Um, I don't know. Just it's hard because there was some really, really, really good stuff, but then there was some really just boring stuff as well. Um, Definitely still go see it. I know you're very excited. I'm honestly one of the only people I know that has like negative things to say about it, other than Nubs, but everyone on Twitter is loving it. Like people, I've seen so many people put it at their movie of the year. And I can understand why. I really can. It also is a very emotional, a very, very emotional movie. Especially like the last 30 minutes is very, very moving. Um, but then the last 5 minutes of the movie, I don't know if you've seen anything about this movie, but have you seen people talking about like the last couple minutes of the movie? The last couple minutes of the movie are so completely different from the whole beginning of the movie that it feels like its own, like it feels like a separate thing. I don't know how to explain it. When you see it, you'll know exactly what I mean. Um, just very, very weird last like 5 minutes of the movie. Very weird. Um, so I'm curious to see what you think of that. It's clearly set up for the next movie. And if that's like the tone that the next movie is going to be, I don't know what to expect, but you'll know exactly what I mean when you see it. I'm curious to see what you think. But yeah, so very mixed feelings for me. Definitely some good stuff. Go check it out. So the rest of this trilogy can get made and we can see where it goes. Um, I think I settled, let's see, where's it at? Where's that? I settled at 3.5 stars, and I gave it a 7-1.
Oh, that's still
So
not bad.
not still not bad at all. No, number 20 on the year. Number
Did
20 out of like 45. So definitely a lot more good in this movie than bad, but I was just lower on it, a lot like a good bit lower on it than all the reviews and everything I've seen on Twitter. You might love it. I have seen like the guys at Barstool at LCB. They both absolutely loved it. Nubs didn't really love it as much as me. Another one of my coworkers, one of the other interns, saw it. They really enjoyed it.
yeah.
So I think most people are going to enjoy it. I did find some stuff in it really cool, but I would be lying if I said I wasn't just a little bit disappointed, a little underwhelmed. So I'm very excited to see your thoughts, see what you have to say about it. You said you're seeing it Tuesday, right?
Yeah. I was gonna ask, Jack O'Connell is in this movie. Is you didn't say anything about him, is he? I don't know, like his
I'm not going to say anything.
oh,
I don't want to spoil anything. He is in this movie. Um, that's all I'm going to say. He is in this
you
movie.
didn't like him, you didn't dislike nothing.
He's in this movie.
You can say it.
Um,
I mean, you can
no,
say
I
it.
can't. I can't say it because no, I can't say it. He's in the movie. That's all you need to know. I'm not spoiling anything for you because there is some wild twists. But yeah, I mean, 7-1, 3.5 stars. Go see it. Um, I I I wouldn't like not recommend it. It's it's a good zombie flick. While it might be a little boring story wise, the zombie stuff is sick. Some of the shots and the deaths are really cool and unique and bloody and gross, which is what you want from a zombie movie. But I just think like some of the human element and some of the story was just boring. So, yeah, that's my review for 28 years later.